Welcome to Smart Dollar Mindset, the channel that helps you achieve financial freedom with smart money habits and investing strategies. In today's video, I want to walk you through one of the most life-changing experiences I've ever had, learning how to budget. Yes, budgeting. A word that many people associate with restriction, boredom, or even failure. But here's the truth, budgeting didn't limit me, it liberated me. It gave me clarity, control, and confidence with my money. It transformed how I think, how I spend, and most importantly, how I save and invest. In this video, I'll share how budgeting changed my life, step by step. I'll talk about where I started, what I learned, how I overcame challenges, and the tangible results I saw in my bank account and mindset. I'll also give you practical, easy to follow tips to build your own budget, one that works even if you've failed before or feel like budgeting is too complicated. This isn't about deprivation, it's about designing a financial life you actually enjoy. And trust me, if budgeting could change my life, it can change yours too. Where I started, the before picture. Let me take you back. I was earning a decent income, but every month felt like a juggling act. No matter how hard I worked, there was always more month than money. My credit card balances slowly crept up, my savings account barely moved, and I had no idea where my money was actually going. I wasn't reckless with my spending. I wasn't living extravagantly. But I also wasn't intentional. I lived in what I now call the gray zone of money, not in crisis, but definitely not in control. And that's how most people live. They're not broke. But they're not building wealth either. They're stuck in survival mode, hoping that the next raise or tax refund will fix everything. But without a plan, more money just leads to more spending. The turning point came when I looked at my year-end bank statements and realized that I had earned over $50,000. And had no idea where it had gone. That was the moment I knew something had to change. And that change started with a budget. Step 1. Redefining what a budget really is. Most people hate budgeting because they think it's about restriction. But that's the wrong mindset. A budget isn't about saying no, it's about saying yes with purpose. It's not a punishment. It's a plan. It tells your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. When I started thinking of budgeting as a tool for empowerment, everything changed. It wasn't about cutting out fun. It was about making sure I could afford fun without sacrificing goals. Step 2. Tracking every dollar, and facing the truth. The very first step in my budgeting journey wasn't creating a spreadsheet or downloading an app. It was tracking my spending for 30 days, without changing anything. This was hard. Really hard. Because it forced me to confront reality. The $8 here, $12 there, $60 on a subscription I forgot about, it all added up. I realized I was spending $400 a month eating out. That's nearly $5,000 a year. And yet, I didn't feel like I was dining extravagantly. It was just little decisions, made without thought, accumulating into big leaks. This step alone gave me insight. It showed me exactly where I could improve without sacrificing my lifestyle. Budgeting isn't about guilt, it's about awareness. Step 3. Choosing a method that fit my life. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to budgeting. Some people love spreadsheets. Others use apps like Mint, YNAB, You Need a Budget, or Every Dollar. I started with the 50/30/20 rule, which breaks your spending down into 50% needs, housing, food, utilities, 30% wants, entertainment, dining out, 20% savings and debt payoff. It was simple. It gave me a framework. But as I got more advanced, I shifted to zero-based budgeting, where every dollar has a job, even if that job is fun money or Christmas fund. The key here is to pick something that matches your personality. Don't overcomplicate it. You're building a muscle, not entering a finance competition. Step 4. Setting goals that excited me. Here's where budgeting became more than just a math exercise. I set clear financial goals, things that actually got me excited. Pay off my credit cards, build a $1,000 emergency fund, save $10,000 in a year, start investing consistently. With each goal, I attached a timeline, a dollar amount, and a visual tracker. I created a budget with purpose. And when you have a reason behind the numbers, sticking to the plan becomes much easier. Budgeting stopped being a chore, it became a game I wanted to win. Step 5. Building an emergency fund, and sleeping better. Before budgeting, I constantly lived with anxiety about what if moments. What if my car broke down? What if I lost my job? Budgeting gave me breathing room. I built a starter emergency fund of $1,000 in 2 months by cutting small expenses and pausing unnecessary spending. That $1,000 changed everything. It meant that when my tire blew out, I didn't panic. I paid for it and moved on. No debt. No stress. Eventually, I grew that to 3 months of expenses. And let me tell you, peace of mind is priceless. Step 6. Paying off debt with a plan before budgeting. I was paying the minimums on my credit cards and student loans. After budgeting, I realized how much money I was wasting in interest. I used the debt snowball method, paying off the smallest debt first while making minimum payments on the rest. Each time I paid one off, I rolled that payment into the next. The momentum was addictive. In just 18 months, I paid off $12,000 in debt. That wouldn't have happened without a budget showing me where my money could work harder. Step 7. Automating my success. As my budget grew more detailed, I realized something powerful: systems beat motivation. I automated my savings, bill payments, and even investment contributions. That way, I didn't have to rely on willpower. The money moved where it needed to go, every month, on autopilot. This step alone helped me stay consistent. And over time, consistency is what builds wealth. Step 8. Building a lifestyle I actually enjoyed. Here's the twist most people don't expect. Budgeting made my life more fun, not less. Once I knew I was hitting my savings goals, I could spend on things I loved without guilt. I could travel, enjoy dinners out, or splurge occasionally, because I planned for it. That's the real benefit of budgeting. It lets you enjoy your money now while building your future at the same time. Step 9. Tracking net worth, not just income. Another shift that budgeting brought into my life was the focus on net worth, not just income. I started calculating my assets, savings, investments, car value, minus my liabilities, debt. Watching that number grow over time was more motivating than any single paycheck. Budgeting isn't just about your monthly spending, it's about building long-term wealth. Step 10. Investing consistently. Thanks to my budget before budgeting, I believed I didn't have enough money to invest. After budgeting, I saw that I could easily invest $100, $200 per month just by making a few smarter choices. I opened a Roth IRA and began investing in low-cost index funds. Slowly but surely, that investment started to grow. Budgeting gave me access to wealth-building tools I once thought were reserved for the wealthy. And that's how everything started to change. Final thoughts: how budgeting changed my life for good. If you told me 5 years ago that something as simple as budgeting would change my life, I would have laughed. But now, I'm living proof that budgeting doesn't just change your bank account, it changes your mindset, your confidence, your relationships, and your future. Today, I have no consumer debt. I have a fully funded emergency fund. I invest every month. I take vacations without debt. I sleep better. I make financial decisions based on logic, not fear. And I owe it all to a simple habit that anyone can start today: budgeting. It doesn't matter if you're earning $30,000 or $300,000. Budgeting is about using what you have to create the life you want. It's not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. So, if you've been afraid of budgeting, or feel like it's too late, or think you're bad with money, hear this: it's not too late. You can start now. Start small. Start messy. Just start. And if you need guidance, motivation, or tools to help you along the way, subscribe to Smart Dollar Mindset, where we break down money into simple, powerful habits you can actually use. Together, we'll build not just wealth, but peace, purpose, and freedom.